At Floyd, like Floyd spends money like it's a tap, like he's got a tap, just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing, and even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like there's all these lawsuits, like he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that, and it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
He have it, but he really don't have that spark like how he was when he was like in it, you know? Like him going back and like fighting and stuff like that. I think that shit fucked him up.
Whatever could happen if the guy gets beat up by Manny Pacquiao, right? It creates a tough situation. I felt like that was the bigger story, but is Floyd broke? What a stupid question. Are you a stupid person? Of course he's broke. He's a boxer.
Joe Rogan discusses the possible rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao with Gervonta Davis. Tank argues that many fights today are mainly for money rather than for improving and growing the sport of boxing. He says the industry has become messy and filled with negativity. Joe Rogan also praises Floyd Mayweather Jr. for staying active, fast, and disciplined even after retirement while keeping his body in remarkable condition. He explains that Mayweather avoids putting harmful things into his body and keeps a strong mindset which he developed during difficult periods in his life. Because of this discipline, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is able to stay competitive and maintain his speed, stamina, and sharp reflexes even after stepping away from professional boxing.
Like, well, the industry world is just like, it's trash, bro. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Max Kellerman says that Floyd Mayweather Jr. still shows elite defense and speed and believes that a fight with Manny Pacquiao could still be exciting.
Knowing you're never going back to that. Don't buy anything stupid. Don't be done with your money. Don't be done with your body. Take care of yourself. Never get out of shape. Always keep your conditioning up. So when you go into camp, you're not struggling to get back in shape again. You're already in shape. Now you're just working on your skills and honing everything to it.
Gervonta Davis says that the proposed fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao mainly revolves around making money.
No, I think I would have always favored Mayweather to win the fight. The point is that because it happened after its expiration date, we will never have the actual answer. You and I might agree, Mayweather was too long, too good a boxer, naturally bigger guy and better defense. But we will never actually know the answer to that question because we never got to see it 5 years earlier. Now, Shady makes the point, Malik, that this is not like Crawford-Canelo, and it's not. But it's also not exactly like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
It's nowhere near
right?
that stuff.
So what is it? What are we, because Netflix doesn't seem to care if this is more of kind of a carnival or an exhibition, or if it's like the greatest, biggest fight in the world. What they're looking for are eyeballs, right? Where does this fall, Mayweather and Pacquiao, on the most legitimate Crawford-Canelo side of the spectrum, or the kind of sideshow Jake Paul, Mike Tyson side of the spectrum?
Manny Pacquiao says that a victory would inspire the new generation and show determination, discipline, and ambition to young fighters entering professional boxing. He explains that it would be a powerful inspiration not only for boxers but also for anyone who has a dream. Pacquiao says that even at 46 years old, he still believes that if people continue to dream in life, they can achieve their goals. Few moments inspire people more than watching someone overcome the odds and succeed. For many fans, especially in the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao represents hope, pride, and the possibility of rising above challenges. During the discussion, Max Kellerman explains that a rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao would not damage either fighter's legacy. He says both fighters have already secured their place in boxing history through decades of elite performances and historic victories. Kellerman reminds listeners that Mayweather clearly won the first fight and still appears physically fresh compared to many retired fighters. Because of that, a second fight would likely be more of a spectacle rather than a defining moment for their careers.
You need the money. I'm telling you.
Does he have a chance to win though?
Top Rank ain't playing like that, and they ain't playing like that. So you don't see, they ain't playing like that.
If Floyd Mayweather Jr. were somehow defeated, some fans might begin revisiting the original fight with Manny Pacquiao and question the timing of their first meeting. Critics could argue that when they fought the first time, both fighters were already past their absolute peak years. Others might also remember that Pacquiao had suffered a devastating knockout loss earlier, which some believe affected his momentum going into that matchup. Still, many analysts, including Max Kellerman, stress that boxing history for both champions is already written. Their achievements across multiple weight divisions and decades of elite competition cannot be erased by a late-career exhibition-style fight. Even if the result surprises people, their legendary status in the sport will remain intact.
Why do you get up every day and go to work? Why are you going to your job next week? Why will you be at your job the week after that? Because you need the money. What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy who grew up in a boxing channel, right? It's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. I didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who would have taught him these things? Of course he's broke. He's a gambling addict. He got baby mamas all over the... What do you mean is he broke? Of course he's broke.
The discussion turns to the timing of the original fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. The speakers explained that many fans wanted to see the fight several years earlier. Because of that, some people argue that when the fight finally happened, both fighters were no longer in their absolute prime. They also note that the fight was not completely one-sided. Mayweather won clearly, but even he has said that Pacquiao was one of his trickiest opponents. Some believe this is why a second fight may not be necessary, because Mayweather already handled the matchup effectively. However, the conversation also considers what could happen if Pacquiao won a rematch. Even if people place an asterisk on the result, it could still influence how fans think about their rivalry. A similar example is often mentioned with Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. After their rematch, which ended in a draw, many fans began to view Hearns a little differently compared to Leonard than they did before that fight.
In this exhibition or fight or whatever they're going to call it, do you think it shouldn't, but do you think that affects either one of their legacies?
Not at all.
No, that's we talking about grandpa.
Not true.
We talking about grandfathers fighting each other. That's what we talking about.
It's not.
Come on, man.
Wait. I said, it's the zero line. Little bit.
No.
I'm not saying it's a transformative thing, but to say it doesn't affect it at all is probably not right, and I'll tell you why. Because if Pacquiao should win, for example, there will be those who say, well, when Mayweather beat him the first time, they were both past their primes. Certainly Pacquiao, who had been destroyed by Marquez, right, knocked out, was not the world-beating terror. Yeah, and the rotator cuff, but he was a world-beating terror 5 years before that when he was